Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ-Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing bad time. Doing bad time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Sports World Radio. I'm your host, Jeff Escow. We got a super jam-packed show for you guys today. Lots and lots to get to. Practically, I'm almost sure that this whole 2-hour conversation that we're going to have today is going to be all NFL football, so get ready for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of football over the weekend. We'll get talking to that. We got our peeps with us. Before we get to everybody, let's get all the particulars out of the way, and we'll start this freaking show. What do you say? SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to the show. If you want to come and hang out in our chat room, it's over at Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. Spreaker.com. Head on over there. Get yourself a free account. Type in Sports World Radio. Come on over. The show will show up at the bottom of the screen. If you want to listen to the show and type in the chat room at the same time, just hit the play button. Then all the way over to the right, click on the bubble and start chatting away with us here in the chat room. Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. That's Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. Like our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715. It's the number to get in touch with. I always screw that up. I don't know why. It's the number to get in touch with us here at Sports World Radio. SWRshow@gmail.com. That's SWRshow@gmail.com is the email address to get in touch with us. Damn it, I can never get that out clean. I don't know why. Touch with us here at Sports World Radio. With all the particulars out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on, buddy?
Good, Jeff, and welcome everybody to Sports World Radio on this 5th of January, 2015. It is 6:06 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:06 p.m. on the West. Weather right now, very rainy. We had snow over the weekend, then it's changed to rain.
That's what you get for living where you live, man. So you had snow over the weekend, and now the rain's melting it all. Right?
Yep.
Pretty much, right? That's what's going on over there, right?
Yeah, it's been snowing. We had a big blizzard yesterday, and now it's moved away, and now all of a sudden we had rain, and been nothing but a sloppy day. But I'd rather be in San Diego where Jeff is at, where the weather is very, very always warm and very nice.
You're damn right. You know what I did, man? I had just turned off the air conditioner. We're so freaking hot here today, man. Sunny and beautiful here, January 5th. Beautiful winter days, freaking 81 degrees out here on January 5th. You gotta love that. Hey, speaking of guys, we got our Monday guy with us, our good friend, Nicholas Turturro, otherwise known as Nicholas Spiva. What's up, buddy?
Hey, not much, guys. What's going on? It's been a great weekend.
It's been a long freaking weekend, if you ask me, man.
I finished watching parts of 38 bowl games.
Oh my
4 great NFL games. My OSU Cowboys won on Friday.
Hey, shut the hell. Oh, I thought
OSU Cowboys. They won on Friday.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
And then of course, my Dallas Cowboys pulled off a great game yesterday.
I cannot wait till we get to that game. I know
It's just been a great weekend.
Hey, Vazmir, man. I want to make a quick announcement, and I'm going to mention it several times throughout the show to remind all you rat bastards out there to listen to tomorrow's show at the top of the show. So this time tomorrow, because we are going to have a special guest. That's this time tomorrow on Tuesday, January 6th, 6 o'clock, top of the hour. Once I get through all the particulars, I'm bringing Sean in, and I'm bringing our special guest in. Our special guest, ex-NFL football player, defensive tackle, Albert Hainsworth. That's right, boys and girls. We're having Albert Hainsworth on the show tomorrow. He's going to come in, talk about the games that happened over the weekend, give us his predictions for the upcoming games that are coming on this weekend. He will be here for the first half hour of the show tomorrow. So join us tomorrow, Tuesday, January 6th, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. If you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
And I hope you can tomorrow, because Albert Hainsworth will be with us. That's right. Look at that. Wes is in the house, so we know which game we're starting off with tonight.
All right.
Wes, hold on,
here we
Sean.
go.
Hold on, Sean. Wait, really quick. Wes, tomorrow's show, be here at the top of the hour, because we will have ex-NFL player, defensive tackle, Albert Hainsworth on the show tomorrow. So be here for that, boys and girls. It's going to be really good. All right, Sean, let's start off with the first game.
I'm laughing, Jeff, because I gave Wes such a hard time, and then I know, Jeff, that you messaged me on Facebook Messenger. We start the opening game. Hey, Wes, what happened to the Pittsburgh Steelers on Saturday night?
See, Wes, I was kind of hoping you were going to be here at the top of the show, because I mentioned to Sean yesterday. Sean and I had a little meeting yesterday, and I said, Sean, if Wes is at the show, at the top of the show, start the show off with the Pittsburgh Steeler game. If he's not, screw him.
What happened, Wes? I was thinking of you the whole night. And you know what, Jeff? Wes did say that the officials screwed the Pittsburgh Steelers on Saturday night.
He's got to blame it on somebody. He can't blame it on the Steelers, for Christ's sakes.
30-17. And Nicholas, I suppose you watched this game on Saturday night.
I did. I don't really care about either team, but it was a good game. It's always a good rivalry.
Okay,
I like those NFC North rivalries.
You, Nicholas, you've been listening to this show and been on this show long enough to know that we have Wes, the Pittsburgh Steeler fan, and Adrian, the soon-to-be shaved head Adrian, the Baltimore Raven fan, correct? You know that.
Correct.
So, while you were watching the game, did any of those things pop into your head?
Well, I do remember these guys that picked the Steelers. And what happens if Baltimore makes the Super Bowl? Did you make a bet?
Well, listen to me. Listen to me, okay? Friday show, in the second half of the show, we'll be making our NFL picks on our Friday show. Join us for that. But believe me, my picking the Baltimore Ravens are over. Believe me, I cannot have them in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
no
geez.
way
If that
in
happens,
hell.
Adrian comes to the show, and I said, see, told all you losers that the
you want to
Ravens
know
were going to win.
something? You want to know something? If he shows up and that happens, he's getting banned, because he hasn't been here all season long.
I'm kind of hoping Baltimore beats up on New England.
No,
man.
we don't want
I
that,
see
Nicholas. Oh, jeez.
They could lose in the round after that. They could lose to Denver or
Look
whoever.
at Wes. Wes is not a Baltimore Raven fan, so I gather that Wes will be rooting for the Patriots this week.
Baltimore goes into Pittsburgh and wins. How about this statistic, gentlemen? The Ravens, before this game even started, they were 0-3 for the playoffs against the Steelers. That ended on Saturday night. Joe Flacco was 18-29, 259 yards. And Josh, you're right. How about Joe Flacco? He was incredible. Ben Roethlisberger, 31-45, 334 yards, 1 touchdown pass and 2 picks. I have to tell you, Nicholas, you're not going to win games with kicking field goals, and the Steelers certainly had trouble trying to get the ball in the red zone on Saturday night.
Joe Flacco.
They didn't have a running game. That was their big problem. Le'Veon Bell got hurt, and he knew it was going to be one-dimensional. They picked up Ben Tate during the week, and he wasn't there but a couple days, enough to get a cheeseburger or something, and then start on Sunday.
Hey, Josh.
Saturday.
Josh, if that happens, I'm going to kill you. Josh says Ravens and Panthers in the Super Bowl.
No,
Josh,
we don't want that.
If that happens, I'm going to kill you.
Ban him from the show. Kick him off.
Josh, if that happens, you're not going to be producing this show anymore. I'm telling you that right now, buddy. Josh Lopez, the program director and producer of Sports World Radio. How about that? That's going to be freaking crazy. No way.
Josh goes, sorry, Jeff, but I'm with Adrian in this bet. I sure as hell don't want to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl again.
Well, let me ask you a question. You think God forbid the Patriots get past. God forbid the Ravens get past the Patriots. Do you think the Ravens can get past Denver?
Yeah.
Yes, I do see the Patriots getting past Denver because I believe everybody would.
Do you see the Ravens? Do you see the Ravens getting past Denver?
Yeah,
I do. Because remember what happened a few years ago? Baltimore, they were the underdog. They were not supposed to beat the Broncos, and they went in there and beat them in I called one of the best classic NFL playoff games we've seen in a long time.
I hate to tell you something. Oh, our new format started today? We're going straight to the bottom of the hour from now on in our first segment. How about that, boys and girls? I hate to tell you something. If it's the Ravens and the Broncos to see who goes to the Super Bowl, I'm going to be one pissed off son of a bitch.
Well, that could be a possibility.
Okay, I am going to be one pissed off son of a bitch because I'm in a no-win situation if that happens. No-win situation.
How about a Ravens Cowboys Super Bowl?
Now I hate to tell you something. My face is very, very hairy right now. I am not shaving. Okay? He's going to get lucky as all heck. I haven't shaved in quite a long time. I haven't shaved since I've been back from New York. So it's been over a month since I shaved. I look like my face is all gray. It's terrible. It's disgusting. I almost shaved today. And I said, oh, no, I can't. I got this bet going. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that Baltimore loses on Sunday. Otherwise, I'm going to be a Saturday. And then if God forbid they win, I'm rooting against Denver. I mean, I'm rooting against Denver to begin with. I'm in a no-win situation if that happens.
Saturday's going to be a long day, and I won't even want to be seen all day.
But hey, you know, Wes, you know something, Wes? You're a man, Wes. You're a man of your word. Because Wes did say on Facebook that he would be here Monday. And he did show up.
Yeah, he said that.
So now the only team he's got to root for right now, the only team is the Pittsburgh Penguins, correct?
That's the only team he has left. And the big question is, Jeff and Nick, where do the Pittsburgh Steelers go from here? What direction do they take? They have not won a Super Bowl since 2008. And, Wes, that's a big question for you, buddy.
I think it's time to get rid of Tomlin.
Well, I think that's a good point. Nick, do you think that happens, that Mike Tomlin could be gone as coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers even after the 2015 season?
I mean, look at the Chicago Bears. I hate to say it because I like the Bears. But look at that. They got rid of Lovie Smith after a 10-win season, and they've gone downhill since then.
He ain't going nowhere. You know who's going to be let go?
Who?
Mike Tomlin's got to go. He's turning into Marvin Lewis as our producer there, Josh Lopez. With Bell, we would win that game. Well, that's besides the point. You didn't have him, so you can't look at that. You don't know that. You don't know that, Wes.
I asked Frank this morning.
Hey, Ronnie.
Would you rather be in the playoffs every year, like the Steelers and the Bengals the last couple of years, or would you rather be Oakland?
Yeah.
I mean, which would you rather be? I mean, everybody grabs because the Bengals haven't won a game, but you know it could be worse. You could get rid of Marvin Lewis and you could go in the tank and not win 2 or 3 games a year for several years after you get a whole new coaching staff in. They got new coaches, new playbook, everything.
Yeah, and that new coach is going to want his own quarterback in there. So.
Exactly. So you want to get rid of that. You're going to start all over.
Exactly. So I'm thinking instead of Tomlin's going to go, you know who's going to go. You know who's going to go. Offensive coordinator is going to be gone.
What about Dick LeBeau, the defensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No, he's going to be fine. Haley's going to go going to get fired, and he's going to get a head coaching job in one of these vacancies. Watch.
Oh, Haley's overrated. I don't like him.
He is overrated. He is overrated.
I agree, Nicholas, because Todd Haley, look what happened with the Kansas City Chiefs. It didn't go very well in Kansas City, and I would think, Wes, you'd have to agree with us that Todd Haley is not the answer for the offensive coordinator. That's what the Steelers need. They need somebody else who can run a good offensive system.
He's not a head coach, but you know what? And this is going to piss Josh off. Haley's going to end up the head coach of the Chicago Bears.
That would be horrible.
That's what's going to happen.
Frank would be irked.
That would be absolutely horrible.
Okay, remember this date, January 5th at 3:19 in the afternoon local time, 6:19 Eastern local time. I made that call. Okay,
I'd want to see Rex Ryan at the
because I
Bears.
seem to make wacky calls like that, don't I, Sean?
Yes, and
I
look what Josh does, my ass.
And I usually make those calls way in advance of everybody else, don't I? Don't I, Sean?
Josh goes, you're right, Jeff. You're the master of predictions, but Josh goes, I'll leave Sports World Radio if that happens.
I guess I'm going to need to find us a new program director and producer of the show, ain't I?
Oh, that would be horrible.
I'll tell you, if that happens, and Josh leaves, we'll give the producer and program director job to Wes.
Oh, Wes. What about Frank? Frank is going to I don't know what Frank's thoughts would be about the Bears getting Todd Haley as coach.
I'm going to mention that. Frank's going to be on the show tomorrow in the second hour. Remind me to mention that to him.
I will. I'll have to make a note of that.
Haley to the Bears. There you go. I'm calling it, man.
I can see Josh just sitting there shaking his head saying, that's not going to happen. There's no way Todd Haley would go to the Bears.
How funny would that be? I'll tell you something right now, though. I'll tell you something right now. The happiest person in the world, if that happens, will be Wes. The unhappiest person in the world will be Josh and Frank. Or at least
Josh, I wouldn't even want to be around. He goes, I'll go back to ASN. Oh, wait a minute. They don't do anything but girls volleyball games.
Come on. They don't do any shows. You know what? He advertises his show every morning. I'm going to be doing my show this morning. I'm going to be doing my show this morning. It doesn't show up. You know how I know? Because I'm up.
Now, is it possible, though, Wes, Todd Haley is retained as offensive coordinator? I don't think Wes will be very happy with that.
No, but I think, listen, they had problems. Haley's has not fit there since he's been there. And he's been there, 2 years now?
He's been there 2 years because he used to coach the Chiefs, and then he got fired after, I think it was like after the 2011 season. Yeah.
Okay, so he's been there 2 years. I don't think their offense is any better than it was before he got there.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, and I'm not a Pittsburgh fan, and I'm saying that. Okay, their offense was better before he got there.
If you go to the other side, what a performance. You like that name Flacco, Jeff. In the 6 years we've done shows together, you always like the name Flacco. If you look down the road, gentlemen, Jeff and Nick, the Baltimore Ravens at the New England Patriots this Saturday on NBC. As a Patriot fan, it's important to take this game seriously. Why?
Better.
Baltimore has played New England well in the postseason, and they are 2-1 all-time in the postseason. Maybe a little bit nervous. I know some Patriot fans were saying on Facebook, saying they have to take this game seriously. They have to take the game seriously because everybody remembers what happened in the 2012 AFC Championship game.
Blah, 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 blah. You know what Josh says? Josh says if that happens, I will change his profile into Skip Bayless profile.
Nick, your thoughts, though. Baltimore going up against New England. This has kind of been a little bit of a rivalry. Not much, though, like the Baltimore-Pittsburgh games.
Not quite as big, but it's still. I think it's going to be a good game. Baltimore's defense is pretty good. I mean, that great interception by Terrell Suggs.
Mm-hmm.
Hacksaw, he did pretty good.
Yeah, he caught it between his legs, right?
Yeah, that was the game closer right there. How do you like his intro, by the way?
I'm gonna
Hacksaw from Ball So Hard University.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I saw a half a game on Saturday, and that was about it. I slept through both games almost. and yesterday, I saw the first game, the early game. I got disgusted with that. And then I was watching the second game. I'm not even naming teams because you people know what was the first game and what was the second game because I'm still disgusted.
What was the second game?
I'm
I
not
can't
telling
remember.
you. Your crappy ass team. That's what it was. Okay? You like that one? That second game, I said, okay, I'm sitting in the studio. I didn't go to bed. I'm watching. I said, okay, I'm going to go lay down. They got a nice lead. I'm going to go lay down. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up, and Dallas is going to win the game. I know that. So I went to sleep knowing that. And that's exactly what happened.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
Ridiculous.
came back. It was a great game.
It's ridiculous. I woke up. The game was over. I had no idea who won, how won, or anything. But I knew before I went to sleep, I knew what the score was. And I looked at the score, and I said, you got to be kidding me. They didn't score any more freaking points? I was sleeping before halftime.
We'll get to that other game when we get there, Jeff, but there was another game from Saturday. The Carolina Panthers, a team that was 7-8-1, winning the NFC South Division, took on an Arizona Cardinals team that has got so much trouble with their quarterback, and they need to get everybody healthy quick. I knew the Cardinals were not going to win this game because look at the – if you go to this game, Nick, 77 total yards of offense for the Arizona Cardinals. That's terrible.
Hey, you want to know something?
Pathetic.
You want to know something? They would have had 97, but they lost 20 yards on the last freaking play.
Yes, they did.
That's you kind of knew they were going to lose the game. They had that third string quarterback is terrible.
What was his name?
Although, you know what a lot of people said on Facebook when I was visiting with some other friends about it? They said, how stupid it is and how pathetic it is that you've got a team below 500 who wins the division host an NFC wildcard. I said, yeah, it's an absolute total joke.
It is a joke, and then they went in there and they beat a freaking second-place team.
Yeah.
So obviously it's not. They're going to get smoked anyway coming up.
Well, how about this? Carolina, they win this game. Now they got to go to Seattle, Nick. Oh, and I tell you, if there's one team in the NFC or in the NFL, it's the Seahawks. I don't think anybody wants to play them. They're clicking at the right moment.
If they beat Seattle, it's Green Bay's freaking division to win. Because this thing's going to end up Green Bay and Seattle. You know it.
Yep.
You never know. Cowboys could pull an upset. Carolina could pull an upset.
Okay.
That's why they play the games. I heard Tony Dungy today said that Carolina has a great shot of beating Seattle.
Josh.
He still thinks Seattle's going to win, but they have what it takes to have a good running game. They have a good Cam Newton's turning into a better quarterback.
Hey, Josh, no cursing at me in Chinese, dude.
Hey, Josh.
And Kelvin Benjamin has been a great player. He's overshadowed by Odell Beckham, but as a rookie. But he's had a great rookie season.
The question is, what were the ratings for this game? Because I was watching it, and I was thinking, I'm sure the ratings are terrible for this game.
I didn't watch it at all.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it all.
Wasn't that the first game back on ESPN?
That was the first game on ESPN
in a while?
On Saturday, right?
Right.
Yeah, I didn't watch that game. Not one bit.
It's so sad that you got a team 7-8. Second time, but Carolina's going to get smoked anyway. There's no way they're going to go up to one of the loudest places to play in Seattle and win. The Seahawks, I think we all know who we're going to be picking between the Seattle-Carolina game, which is Saturday night, and I will be watching that one very closely.
Yeah, Seattle's they should win that game. They're playing well right now. I don't think it'd be much of a game, but you never know. That's why they play the games.
Hey,
are you disappointed?
Who's Arizona's quarterback?
Lindley. Ryan Lindley.
Ryan, right? Ryan Lindley, right?
Yep.
That's a joke and a half there. How many quarterbacks did they go through? 20?
Almost.
Seems like it.
How about Lindley's
he's from your
numbers?
San Diego State University, though.
Yeah, I know.
Ryan Lindley was 16 of 28. He threw for 82 yards, 1 touchdown pass, and 2 interceptions.
That's great stats right there.
Cam Newton was 18 of 32. He won his first ever playoff game. 198 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 1 interception. Cam Newton making up for last year when they lost against San Francisco.
You know something? If Carolina wins, If Carolina wins in Seattle, I'm going to kill you, freaking Josh.
Russell Wilson will choke in this. Josh, there is no way that Russell Wilson will choke. Have you seen the way the guy is played? The Seahawks are clicking at the right time. They're the defending Super Bowl champions.
They're looking good. Marshawn Lynch looks like he's got his head on straight and playing better. There's no more. You haven't heard about anything in the off field in several months since the beginning of the season.
I'm sure, though, too, before we go to this first commercial break, that the Cardinals probably feel so frustrated that the season ended the way it did. Because remember, we were all talking about how great Arizona was. They were 9-1, and then they just 2-5 in the last 7 games. That's a bad way to end it for the Cardinals. They could have easily had the NFC West, but they've had quarterback trouble with injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, what? No, I mean, anybody's going to do that. I don't care who you go to your third-string quarterback.
Okay,
you're probably going to struggle, unless you're Ohio State.
Here's a question for you. Does Fitzgerald stay or does he leave? He's a free agent.
No, he's not a free agent. He's owed like $15 to $20 million.
Oh, he's not a free agent? I thought he was a free agent. I thought this was his last season with that, last year of his contract.
He's owed a ton of money, and he won't take a pay cut, I don't think.
So they'll probably cut him.
They'll probably have to cut him, yeah.
Right? They'll probably cut him. So that could be the end with them, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's owed an unbelievable amount of money, and he was like the second overall option this year as well.
Right.
And
wow. So they end up cutting him, and on the other side of the football, and Dominic Sue, is he done with Detroit?
He said he's going to let his agent pick his next team.
So he's going to let his agent pick his next team? Well, then
that's what he said.
Then his agent better pick the freaking New York Giants.
No, I think he's going to pick the Cowboys.
No, we need him on the defensive side of the ball. We get him on the defensive side of the ball, and freaking Victor Cruz comes back. Hello.
Yep.
You know, I told Frank this. I said every time they want to get rid of Tom Coughlin, the next year he wins the Super Bowl.
I know. And then they can't get rid of him unless he retires.
Then he's there for another 6 years.
Right, unless he retired. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid is going to happen. I'm afraid everybody wanted to get rid of him this year. He's going to turn around. They're going to turn out to be a great team next year and go and win the Super Bowl again.
Win the
Super Bowl.
Super
It's just made me sick.
And then go out. Go out.
Yeah.
Go out on that note. Go out. That's the best way to go out. Hey, you know what, Eli? Go out.
Yeah, Eli should hang it up too.
Yes, exactly right. I got 3 Super Bowls. My brother's got 1. I'm better than him. Go out.
And on that note, we got to go to a commercial break.
Speaking of going out, we're going out ourselves. We'll be right back after this commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escow Showman and Nicholas Spiva on
Sports World Radio.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escal, Sean Mann, and Nicholas Spiva, otherwise known as Nicholas Totoro, joining us here. Hey, you know something, Nicholas? Did you watch Friday night's new episode?
I tried to, but our DVR was messing up. It kept breaking up throughout the game,
Okay,
so I have to
dude.
watch it online.
Oh, okay, dude. I am going to hook you up. I found a website that has every single episode.
Really?
Yes.
That's not a bad thing.
No,
Let's check
it's
that
not
out.
a very good thing. You can binge watch them. No commercials.
That's even better.
43-minute episodes. Bang them out. Bang, 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 bang.
That's what I like to hear. I don't like commercials.
was-
I get sick and tired of them.
Oh, I was banging them out, man, like they were going out of style last night. One after another, after another, after another. I'm even watching the reruns of episode 5 this season because I missed a couple of them. So I'm watching them over. Hey, really quick, I wanted to mention this, and I know Sean did really too. A very prominent sports broadcaster, sports anchor, sports host, sports reporter passed away yesterday. Stuart Scott.
I have to say, with 35 minutes after the hour, a legend. He was
He'll be
big.
missed.
He was a big part of the ESPN family. And I can tell you, Jeff, I was watching NFL Countdown, and it looked like the whole crew was going to cry, especially Keyshawn Johnson. He was very
lost it, man.
emotional.
Well, he lost it, and rightfully so.
You had every right to. This guy was great. And as a matter of fact, I grew up watching Stuart Scott. Nick, I know you've watched ESPN for a long time. You remember the days of Dan Patrick, Stuart Scott, and Keith Olbermann. The list went on.
Yeah, those were the great sports centers. Scott Van Pelt, he's there.
Yeah, I remember.
Then what's Kenny Mayne? He was on there with
Rich Eisen,
Stuart Scott,
remember?
Rich Eisen.
Yeah,
Rich Eisen's one of my favorite guys.
He's
So,
gonna
yeah,
be
that
very
was a
well
great.
missed.
Those were great sports centers.
Yeah, he's going to be very well missed. And tomorrow we're going to have on ex-NFL football player, defensive tackle Albert Hainsworth. Going to come on and talk to us about some NFL football and talk to us about Stuart Scott as well tomorrow. So join
Stuart
us for that.
Scott came to ESPN in 1993.
Yep. Yeah,
Amazing.
I you know what? I loved his commitment. I loved that you never knew when he was on camera what he was going through off camera. That's just pure commitment. I mean, he could barely freaking see. He had a one eye. Couldn't really see out of one eye. It was hard for him to read copy. He had to get really close to it, but he did it. He was. Somebody was telling a story that he was actually. Stephen A. Smith this morning was telling a story. He was actually memorizing all of Sports Center. All his lines for the night in case he couldn't see the prompter, in case something happened. He actually memorized Sports Center. How about that?
That's just amazing because that's a lot of information to have to retain every single night.
Yeah, that is just nuts, huh?
And if he does multiple shows, Sports Center, NFL, Game Time, whatever he does, he did a lot of shows. He just didn't do one show, so that's a lot of information to have to know. And he did a great job.
And I
He was one of my favorite guys. Even now, he's one of my favorite guys.
If I recall, it was Scott Van Pelt who said, before you lay your head down tonight, turn your pillow to the cool side of the pillow. Because that's what he used to say all the time, the cool side of the pillow. So before I went to bed last night, I flipped my pillow.
Yep, I still use that phrase. That's a great phrase.
It is, the cool side of the
He
pillow.
had a lot of great phrases.
Booyah. I like that one a lot.
Booyah! I loved when
I
he
like
would say
that one.
booyah. He was great, and it's just so sad and unfortunate that 49 years of age.
I mean, we kind of, hey, you know something?
With cancer.
We kind of do this show the way Scott Stewart did Sports Center, right?
Stuart Scott,
Nicholas,
a little bit.
What do you think? Right? We kind of do it that way a little bit. Free rolling, no fear. We just go and go right at it, right?
And, I have to say with Keyshawn Johnson, like you said, he had every right to lose it because he was so emotional, because Stuart Scott was great to everybody, for people who worked with ESPN, just to be yourself, do your best when it came to the show, and give it effort, and just have fun, have short little quotes.
Yeah.
That was
So
a good way to look at Stuart Scott.
Just wanted to say rest in peace, and all his prayers and everything go out to his family, especially his 2 daughters. Hey, Wes, you're still in the house, right? I had something to say to you. I was talking to the guys during the break. I was cracking them up. Wes, Steelers lose, you get no Super Bowl. Pittsburgh Pirates lose, you get no World Series. The only team you got left now until February is the Penguins. And guess what's going to happen with them? You ain't going to get no Stanley Cup with them neither. So guess what? All 3 of your teams are going to lose again this year, and you ain't going to get nothing again. How bad is that, brother?
What Wes will say, ha, 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 go Penguins.
Look at him. That's what he's saying. Ha, 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 go Pens. You just keep rooting for those Pens, because they ain't going to win nothing anyway. Is whatchamacallit out still with the mumps? Tell him to stop kissing women.
Who's Solomon Radio Productions?
Hey, what's up, Solomon? How you doing, pal? Thanks for hanging out. Stop hating on Pittsburgh. The only reason why I'm hating on Pittsburgh is because my man Wes. Hey, Wes, what are you bringing in, Steeler fans?
He's probably saying, I need some backup here. I need some extra Steeler fans to go after these.
Hey, look at guys. He's bringing in the Berg. This guy, Solomon Radio Productions, is a Pirates fan, a Steelers fan.
Oh, no.
He's probably a Penguins fan as well. He's probably a Penguins fan as well.
Or do you think Wes created a fake account so he could have somebody pretend to be Solomon?
No, he's not, because no. Wait, Wes is talking on both. No, it's not. It's Solomon. I got it. How's it going, Solomon? Solomon, Solomon, even though you're a Pittsburgh fan, you're welcome in here anytime, my friend.
You bet, bud.
Anytime.
How about this news from the NFL after
really
the
quick,
sad
Sean?
thing that happened yesterday?
Really
the
quick,
St.
Sean.
Louis Rams, breaking news, could be headed back to Los Angeles.
Sean, hold on a second, really quick, because I don't know if Solomon knows, and I want to let him know before he gets on out of here. Solomon, tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern, when we start the show tomorrow, ex-NFL football player, defensive tackle, Albert Hainsworth will be on the show tomorrow. Join us. Okay, Sean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay, bud. The St. Louis Rams, how about this, Jeff and Nick, could be headed back to Los Angeles as early as 2016.
How are they going to get back there in 2016? Stadium's going to take 4 years to freaking build. What, are they going to play in a Magic Park?
Well, how about this, Jeff and Nick? A year after purchasing 60 acres of land in Inglewood, adjacent to the Forum in Hollywood Park, Rams owner Stan Kroenke has teamed up with the owners of the Hollywood Park site to build an NFL stadium. The Hollywood Park Land Company announced Monday.
I understand that. I get that. But it's 2015. They're going to say team's going to move there in 2016? Am I wrong? But that's next year. Are they going to build a stadium in 1 year?
No, they'd have to play at either the Coliseum or the Rose Bowl for a year.
That's ridiculous.
Or if St. Louis has their way, if they said they go year to year in St. Louis, so why not just stay in St. Louis till it's done? But then you'd have nobody to show up. So probably going to have to play a year at the one of those 2 stadiums.
Would you really? If I was a St. Louis season ticket holder, I'd be fit to be tied.
Well, St. Louis, they haven't done anything to help and get improvements
They fit
to the stadium. You would think they would do it, and this stadium is going to be all paid by this group. No taxpayer money involved.
I know. Well, that's going to be a beautiful thing because he knows damn well he's going to get all his money back. He knows it. And Wes, you did earn your bashing this week, my friend.
How about this? As described in the ballot measure, the project will include a stadium of up to 80,000 seats, Jeff, and a performance venue of up to 6,000 seats while reconfiguring the previously approved Hollywood Park plan for up to 890,000 square feet of retail, 780,000 square feet of office space, 2,500 new residential units, a 300-room hotel, and 25 acres of public parks,
and
playgrounds, open space, and pedestrian and bicycle access.
And Kroenke's fitting the bill for everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, his group. Yeah, they're not going to have any taxpayer money. Of course, he's worth like $5.8 billion, and his wife is worth $5.6 billion. So I think he's got a couple bucks to spare for a stadium.
And you know Magic Johnson's going to be involved with this because since he's owner of the Dodgers, and I'm sure he would say, I'd love to have a team back in Los Angeles.
You know who that's going to piss off?
Who?
Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
That's going to piss off Jerry Jones.
As long as I don't come to Texas, I think he'll be fine.
No, that's going to piss him off because his stadium's not going to be the best stadium around no more.
This is still be a nice stadium. It's good enough. Hey, Jacksonville already has the biggest jumbotron in the NFL, so they've already got that. Cowboys Stadium beat with that.
The question is, can Los Angeles officially support a team? I'm sure they will now because I'm sure LA fans say we need NFL back in Los Angeles.
Solomon says, hey, I actually just finished doing a show on the Giants' horrible season. What do you think about Coughlin and the Giants? Okay, well, since I am a Giant fan and grew up in New York, been a Giant fan my whole life, and Nicholas and I were talking about them a little earlier, and they're keeping Coughlin for another year. They have Cruz coming back. They have Beckham Jr. on the other side. They got Manning. They got kind of a running game. You know what I would like to see them do? Go and get Dominic Sue, put him on the defense, go win a freaking Super Bowl, and have Coughlin retire. That's what I'd like to see them do. How about them apples right there? You like those apples? Those are good tasting apples.
Those are rotten apples.
Those are good.
Rotten apples that need to be kicked out to the curb.
Why? You said it too.
I said it, but I don't like it. I said it might happen. I don't know about it Sue, but the other parts are like, I don't like it, but it's probably going to happen. Just wait and see. I mean, that's just how it goes for Cowboy fans, I guess.
Yeah, well, with Cruz coming back, coming back, and Manning with another year under his belt with that offense, and Beckham on the other side, woof. You got a little bit of a problem, don't you? Because they can't double team both of them, can they? And
technically they could, but then they'd have nobody else to.
Correct.
You could have a tight end make 100 yards a game.
Correct. Exactly. So they would have a little bit of a problem defenses, right? Just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So it's going to be an interesting season to come back. I think they need to improve their offensive line, they need to improve their defensive line, and they need to improve their secondary. Big time.
And on that note, we got to go to our first update of the day, Jeff.
Our first update of the day is brought to you by The Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com. That's right. That's flipperflipper.com. F-L-I-P-P-E-R. F-L-I-P-P-E-R.com. Head on over there and get yourself a flipper today. Now, what the flipper is, are you guys tired of touching the toilet seat to flip it up and flip it down? Ladies, are you sick and tired of walking into the bathroom and seeing the toilet seat up and then you have to go and grab the toilet seat and lower it? Well, not anymore. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your flipper today. It attaches to the underside of your toilet seat so you never, ever have to touch your toilet seat to flip it up or flip it down. That's the flipper at flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. 47 minutes after the hour. Let's get everybody caught up on what we have scheduled on this Monday night in the wide world of sports. In the NHL, San Jose Sharks at the Winnipeg Jets. The NBA, there's a bunch of games tonight. The Cleveland Cavaliers at the Philadelphia 76ers. The Charlotte Hornets at the Boston Celtics. The Dallas Mavericks taking on the Brooklyn Nets. Houston Rockets at the Chicago Bulls. The New York Knicks at the Memphis Grizzlies. Denver Nuggets at the Minnesota Timberwolves. Washington Wizards at the New Orleans Pelicans. Indiana Pacers at the Utah Jazz. Los Angeles Lakers at the Portland Trailblazers. Oklahoma City Thunder at the Golden State Warriors, Atlanta Hawks at the Los Angeles Clippers. In Major League Baseball, still no word yet on Max Scherzer or James Shields. Things appear to have been very quiet of late, although you never know with the whole month of January. Movement and action could happen for these two big free agent pitchers. Harang for the Phillies agreed to a one-year, $5 million deal. The White Sox added versatile Bonifacio, arrest made and death of former Angels draft pick. Those are some of the big headlines going on in Major League Baseball. This update is brought to you by the Flipper at flipperflipper.com. We're going to run to commercial break. When we come back from commercial, more sports talk with Jeff Eskow, Nicholas Spiva, and Sean Mann on the NFL playoffs right here on Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. How's everybody doing today? We got Nicholas Spiva with us, otherwise known as Nicholas Totoro, because I'm a big Blue Bloods fan, and so is he, so that's his nickname. They had a good one on Friday night, dude. You missed a really good one. You got to watch it. Remind me when I turn over my other Skype, when I go to my personal Skype, I'll send you the website for it so you can go watch every single episode from every single year.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah, because I don't know what happened. Our DVR started messing up, and we kept breaking up throughout the whole episode, so we couldn't watch it.
Okay, he's asking me another question here, Solomon. He says, another question to the New York fan. What do you think of the whole challenge flag incident against the Colts when Coughlin lost his flags? Hey, you lose some, you win some, and you lose some.
That's true.
And he happened to lose them. They had a bad year. And I said at the beginning of the year, and everybody said, why are you saying that? That's your team. That's the team you root for. Because I knew. And nobody believed me. And once again, I was right. Once again, I was right. And Wes, if you're still listening, you tell me I don't know anything about football? On you.
All right, the next game that we get to, this was the AFC wild card, the first game on CBS. For the Cincinnati Bengals, the playoff losing misery continued. Will they ever win a playoff game?
Nab that Cincinnati freaking Bengals.
I don't know what it is, Nick. It just seems like every time the Bengals have that wonderful season, they just can't win a playoff game when it matters. The Bengals have not won a playoff game since January of 1991. That continues, getting blown out 26-10, Nick.
Yeah, they didn't look good. I mean, Andy Dalton had a bad game. Andrew Luck had a great game. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. A.J. Green was out. Jermaine Gresham was out. They had some injuries. But they only rushed the ball 13 times.
Ow.
He had one of the best rookies running backs out there in Jeremy Hill. And they didn't get him the ball.
Dalton tied Warren Moon for the most consecutive opening round playoff losses by a quarterback, dropping to 0-4 all time, Jeff.
A lot of people are saying in Cincinnati that Andy Dalton should be out of there. Okay,
I disagree.
I'm going to say 3 words to you. Arizona's quarterback. What's his name? Lindley?
Ryan Lindley.
2 words to you. Ryan Lindley.
But everybody said the same thing about Romo. They want to get rid of Romo, and he's a terrible quarterback. And Andy Dalton's done worse than Romo. And he's a top pick. He's a second-round pick?
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong.
He's had better teams than Romo the last few years, except for this year.
Andy Dalton's been in the playoffs his first 4 years in the season, right?
Right.
Has Romo?
But he hadn't won a game. I mean, what's the big deal? What's the big deal about getting a wild card and losing being the first team out?
It's not very easy to make the playoffs in the NFL.
Well, you haven't won a game, so you're the first loser. Big deal. You know what? The Cowboys have been 8-8. It's not like they've been started off 12-0 and then just folded in December. They've been an average team for the last decade.
And you saw yesterday, too, Jeff and Nick, just how frustrated the Bengals were. And I don't blame them. You saw players just had their hands over their foreheads saying, why can't we just get it done when it matters and just win a playoff game and move to the next round? It's just been disappointing for the Cincinnati fans thinking, when is it going to come? Because it's been a long playoff drought.
So what does Cincinnati do? They fire everybody and start from scratch?
I wouldn't fire Marvin Lewis, and I wouldn't get rid of Andy Dalton, okay? So it's been 4 times that he's gotten them there. But, hey, he at least has gotten the Bengals to the playoffs, unlike, sorry for saying this, Nick, Dallas, which has had, to finish the season at 8-8 the last 3 years, and all that speculation about Jason Garrett's job safety.
Well, that's my point. Who cares? They're out of the playoffs, so they get the 20th pick instead of the 19th pick. Big deal. I mean, it's the same with the Cowboys. Even if the Cowboys have made the playoffs these years, you knew they weren't going to go past the wild card game, so who cares?
North Carolina right now is doing this huge tribute to Stuart Scott on ESPN right during their ball game.
Very classy.
Yeah, well, he went there.
Yep.
He graduated in '87. He was the class of '87 then.
So, and as for the Indianapolis Colts, Jeff and Nick, they win this game, but next weekend, how about this? The Colts going up against Peyton Manning, where Peyton Manning started his NFL career in Indianapolis.
Well, yes, and this is what, the 3rd time that they're going up against each other in the playoffs?
Let's see. I think so. With the Colts,
time, right?
They did play against Denver and lost 31-24 in the regular season.
No, I'm talking the playoffs, Sean. Playoffs only.
Yeah.
This is the 3rd bout between these two, and Peyton's won both of them, right?
Well, the first time they met in Indianapolis, the Colts won the first matchup when Peyton went back there. And then they played in Denver, and Denver won. And so you're right, this is the 3rd time. So it's 1-1 for Peyton Manning.
I'm not talking during the regular season. I'm talking playoffs only, Sean.
Yeah, I know. This is the first time.
This is the 3rd time during the playoffs, right?
Right.
Wait. You're saying 2 different things. Is this the 3rd meeting overall or 3rd time in the playoffs?
No, third meeting in the playoffs.
Yep. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Am I right about that?
Right.
Or am I wrong about that?
I didn't think they had met that many times in the playoffs.
I don't think I think, Jeff, it's incorrect because
is it 3 times overall?
30 times overall. They met twice in the regular season, and this is the first time ever in the postseason.
They've never met in the postseason?
Never met in the postseason with Peyton Manning in Denver.
Okay. So I misunderstood it. This is the 3rd time overall, not the 3rd time in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, 3rd time overall.
I like to see Indy go into Denver and beat them.
They have a good shot. I mean, something's wrong with Peyton Manning. I heard this on earlier. They talk about him. I think Dan Patrick showed this morning. They've Peyton Manning. They have been the same in the last couple of weeks. So they've been trying to run the ball. Has that been out of necessity, or are they just trying to get a running game going?
The only way, Nick, that the Colts are going to go into Denver is to keep the crowd out of it and keep Peyton Manning off the field. That's the only way they're going to win, and Andrew Luck has to have a better performance than he did last time against the Broncos.
And he's been playing great this year, so they have a good shot. They have a pretty good team. Denver, they haven't been winning games convincingly, so I wouldn't be surprised if Indianapolis goes in there and gets the upset.
Look at Josh. Dalton proved my point again. Ha, ha, ha. At least Cutler won a playoff game, Jeff.
Yeah, but Cutler's not going to be their quarterback in your team, so what the hell has that got to do with anything? Huh? If he's not your quarterback no more, that sentence right there don't mean crap. Right?
Yeah.
Don't mean crapola. Nada. Hey, we're going to run to our top of the hour break. You're listening to Jeff Escow, Showman Nicholas Spiva on
Sports World Radio.
We'll be right back.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, and Nicholas Spiva, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Hey, Josh. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to call him, really. Hey, Josh, you say Dalton sucks in the regular season and in the playoffs? That's my point, Jeff. Hey, at least he gets his team to the playoffs, you jackass. And you want to know something? The Cincinnati Bengals aren't paying Dalton an arm and a leg for them not to get to the playoffs. Unlike the Chicago Bears. Holy freaking moly. You really want to play, you're going to lose that game. Because at least Dalton gets his team to the playoffs. Cutler can't even get that crappy ass. With all that money Cutler's making, he can't even get the freaking team to the playoffs. He stinks.
The next one that we get to, this was a game that I would consider to be a classic. Heartbreak in Detroit and triumph in Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys, after being 2-7 in the last 9 postseason games, the Cowboys come all the way back and win 24-20. But I will tell you this, that officiating was crap.
That's something that's something that Skip Bayless would say, Josh. Dalton sucks in the regular season, and in the playoff, that's something that would Skip Bayless would say. Okay, buddy? Freaking believable.
Jerry Jones says, quote, I'm thrilled for him with Tony Romo winning his second playoff game, who gave Romo the first $100 million contract in franchise history almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, how happy is Jerry Jones? Thank goodness he didn't freaking take Johnny Manziel, huh?
Yeah, that's a great decision.
That would have been a
cluster. Zach Martin's turned out to be a great addition to the offensive line.
Didn't he?
But the biggest question in this game, third down and 1, Nick.
Hold on, Sean. Don't get me started with Eli Manning. Let me ask you one question. I'm going to simplify it really easy for you, you freaking rat bastard. How many Super Bowls does Eli Manning have?
2.
How many does freaking Cutler have?
None.
End of discussion. Sit there and shut up. Go ahead, Sean.
I think he's messaging me on Facebook Messenger. Okay. Anyway, with Dallas winning this game against the Lions, Nick, I got a question to ask you. You're the big Cowboy fan. Lions were driving up 20-17. Was that pass interference on 3rd and 1? I really do think it was, and that was a terrible job by the officiating.
Well, I think you could have called four fouls on it. You could have called pass interference. You could have called defensive holding. You could have called offensive face mask because he grabbed Pettigrew grabbed Hitchens' face mask, couldn't let him turn around, and he could have called even offensive interference because they were both fighting for the ball. So it could have been gone either way, and it's still a lot of time left in the game. One play doesn't make a decision. They could have gone for it on 4th and 1.
They could have, but
decided to punt, and they get a 10-yard punt. That's fine with me, but
there
could have called anything.
I say for the playoffs, the officials did a horrible job in this one. Dallas didn't even get a call on them for running into the kicker by Detroit. The pass interference, of course, is what everybody's saying, that the Cowboys didn't deserve to win the game, and those officials were just absolutely bad. But now the question is, Jeff, Dallas winning this game, I still don't think the Cowboys did not play a very good game yesterday, but the big question is, they go to Green Bay and what has been an old rivalry between these two teams. Of course, the Ice Bowl, the rivalry between Aikman and Favre back in the 90s.
I think they're going to be able to run the ball better. Detroit's got a great offensive line. Detroit's got a great defensive line. They were all over Roma. I think they sacked him 4 or 5, maybe 6 times.
Yeah.
So they were all over him. They couldn't get the ball going. And I don't think Green Bay is at quite as good a defensive line. But it's still going to be a tough game. And Green Bay's probably going to win the game. I think it's going to be a good game, though.
Yeah, Nick, I did see it where the Lions did pressure Romo all day, and everybody was concerning. Even Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were saying, was it Romo's back? They said, was his back trouble yesterday? He got knocked around pretty hard by the Lions, no question about it.
Yeah, they were all over him, and they couldn't do anything. And the thing that I'm happy with, he didn't throw an interception. He didn't throw the ball over. He took sacks. It's frustrating to get sacked. I mean, he took him out of field goal range one time. But I'd rather have a sack than a turnover any day of the week.
The last time...
forced throws or anything like that. Didn't make any stupid plays. Just kept the ball and sacked it and lived to go again.
Jeff, your thoughts on this Detroit-Dallas game? I know you were probably disappointed to see that Dallas won yesterday.
I saw almost the whole first half, and I didn't see the rest of the game. So when I woke up, the game was over, and I found out that Dallas won, and I was pretty upset.
Pretty upset indeed. But now, Jeff, what do you think? Cowboys 13-4 wiped out an early 2-touchdown deficit to earn a trip to Green Bay, their first postseason visit since a heartbreaking loss to the Packers in the Ice Bowl of 1967.
You're going to freeze their ass off.
The last
you
time...
look at Aaron Rodgers. Is he healthy? Totally healthy. He hasn't been healthy the last couple of weeks.
Well, he's got 2 weeks off. What do you think?
I don't know. Depends on how bad his injury is. We'll find out.
Do you think this is going to be a high-scoring game between Dallas and Green Bay, though, Nick?
That's a good question. I don't know. Their defense is still suspect. They live on turnovers. Aaron Rodgers doesn't turn the ball over.
And
so,
Jeff,
it's going to be I think it's going to be a fun game to watch.
And Jeff, you have every belief that Dallas, even though they beat Detroit, very lucky though, you still have a belief, Jeff, that Dallas will not go into Green Bay and pull off the upset.
No, there's no way. There's no way. You hear that, Skippy? There's no way.
Well, you said that about Jacksonville too.
Well, that game wasn't in the United States.
And for the Detroit Lions, they're just like the Cincinnati Bengals. They have not won a playoff game since the 1991 season, when, of course, they beat the Dallas Cowboys.
It's going to happen again.
I remember that game like it was yesterday. Barry Sanders had a great day.
Barry Sanders and Jimmy Johnson, of course, was the head coach. He had been there a few years replacing Tom Landry as head coach, in which Jeff was upset with Jerry Jones for the firing of Tom Landry.
I wasn't the only one.
There were a number of Cowboy fans that were not happy about it. Josh goes, what has Eli Manning done in 4 years? Throw 1 million interceptions?
No, but he's played a hell of a lot better than freaking Cutler. Cutler stinks. Okay, Cutler's better than Romo. That's all I'm going to say about Cutler.
Cutler's better than Romo?
That's
really?
What I just said, yeah.
Jerry Jones
Have you seen the quarterback rating of Cutler compared to Romo?
I don't care.
Interceptions?
I still think Cutler's better than Romo.
Oh, you're dreaming now.
You feel
I
bad.
agree with you on something. Cutler better than Romo?
Yeah, I think so.
You feel bad for the Lions, too, in this game because, Matthew Stafford, too, Nick, he had a good game. 28 of 42, 323 yards, 1 touchdown pass, 1 pick. And Romo, of course, was 19 of 31, 293 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and no interceptions. Detroit had 397 total yards of offense, and they end up still losing this game.
See what Josh says? Josh says if the Patriots take on the Packers in the Super Bowl, I will not watch it.
That'll be a rematch of what?
Of January of 1997.
Yeah, that's right. Reggie White was there.
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie White.
Pettigrew, of course, said he didn't get an explanation, while Lions coach Jim Caldwell said he did. And Jim Caldwell did a great job, though, too, Nick, of turning that Lions team around. But total heartbreak for the Detroit Lions team that was wanting a playoff win for a long, long time. But now you wonder where Detroit goes.
Well, that's whatchamacallit's first year there, right?
Yeah,
Caldwell's
first year there, so he's not going anywhere. He got him into the playoffs in his first year. He's not going nowhere.
They got to get Calvin Johnson healthy, maybe get a little better running game.
They're going to lose Sue, so that defense is going to change.
Yeah, they're not going to be quite as good without him.
Right.
He's crazy.
Josh says, go Cowboys. And I would say, Josh, you'll be picking the Cowboys to beat the Packers this upcoming weekend.
Oh,
God. And the last time...
That could happen. That'd be great. That'd make my weekend.
I'm sure it would.
The last time that the Dallas Cowboys played the Packers for the playoffs other than Lambeau Field, and of course, Nick, you got to remember this, was January of 1996 when the Cowboys defeated the Packers 38-27. That was when Troy Aikman and Leon Lett and Emmitt Smith were there. That was with Barry Switzer as their coach.
Oh, Barry Switzer. Jeez Louise. I could have coached that team and won a Super Bowl. But that was a great game. Still won the game, and the Cowboys went on to win the Super Bowl. But they need to get this win. It's going to be tough, though. It's going to be a tough game. Going into
Green Bay, so now it's like a kind of the new era. Now you've got Romo going up against Aaron Rodgers, and that I expect it to be, of course, like Jeff said, really, really cold, but expect it to be a classic, maybe a really good matchup. Maybe there'll be a lot of high scoring. Who knows? And, of course, Dallas, last road playoff loss was against Minnesota, so I don't think they've won on the road in quite a long time for the playoffs. It's kind of going back to the 90s.
No, they've been average the last 20 years. They've had a good season. They had one season with Bill Parcells. They were 13-3. But other than that, they've been average for 20 years. So it's kind of hard to blame Romo for all that.
Sue said this. He goes, quote, "I'm speechless," said after walking away from the podium and then returning. He goes, "Look, the defense put it all out there. This team put it all out there. I didn't expect this outcome. Detroit was really crushed after a heartbreaking loss yesterday."
And that 4th and 6 was the best play of the game. To Jason Witten, 21-yard gain, because they were about midfield to get a 21-yard gain, get into the red zone, and the Romo finds Terrence Williams. I believe that's his name, Terrence Williams. Yeah, on the touchdown. That was a great 4th down pickup that really changed the game, I thought.
But like Jeff, like you said, there's no way the Cowboys can get past the Packers and the Seahawks in that NFC.
So.
No way.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Well,
Which means whatever the outcome is for the Cowboys and how far they go, then that means that now, Nick, here's a big question. What about Jason Garrett? They talked on Fox NFL Sunday about his job status, that he's a free agent. Do you think Jerry Jones says, I'm going to give him a brand new contract and make him the coach of the team again, Jason Garrett?
I would imagine so. He's had a great year. They put together a great team. Next year, you find a way to keep DeMarco Murray and Dez Bryant. There'll be another team next year. You add some players on defense to shore up their secondary. You're probably going to trade Mo Claiborne. He's been a bust at the number 6 pick. So they get some players on defense that can really get a better secondary. I think they'll be all right. There's no reason to get a new coach. I mean, that'd be crazy to get a new coach now. Then you have to start all over, install a new system, all this good stuff, and that would be just a step backwards, I think.
What do you think, Jeff? Do you think with Jason Garrett, do you think his job will be safe since they won a playoff game?
They made the playoffs. They won a playoff game. I don't think he's going to get rid of him at all.
Although he was under fire before the start of the season.
Doesn't
Everybody
matter.
remembered, Nick, before we go to this commercial.
The whole team was, Sean. The whole team was under fire, so it doesn't matter. Now they're not under fire anymore.
Yep.
Nobody picked them to win. I picked them to win 8 games, but everybody else picked them to win less than that. So, I mean, they've definitely overachieved and had a great season.
Josh is like, Sue to Chicago. He goes, "You're damn right. Screw Green Bay and their stupid-ass cheese."
A little bitter, dude?
I like cheese.
Because
don't be so harsh against the cheese.
Yeah, well, it's the cheese state Wisconsin is.
Oh, God. Yeah, I know it is.
We have to run to commercial break.
Let's go you're out of here, right, Nicholas?
Yes, I got to go.
All right,
got to head out.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Monday. We appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
All right, guys. Have a great week. It's been a blast as usual.
Thank you, pal. All right.
All right, talk to y'all next week.
Yep. There goes our good friend Nicholas Spiva. Joins us each and every Monday. Hangs out with us for a little over an hour each and every Monday. We'll be right back. You listen to Jeff Escow, Shaw Man on
Sports World Radio.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us. And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. What do you got for me, buddy?
All right, the next topic that we have, Byron Scott refutes the flagrant foul call. Byron Scott, the Lakers coach, after expressing befuddlement at a flagrant foul called on one of his players in a win Sunday over the Indiana Pacers, said college basketball is more aggressive and, quote, much more physical than the NBA.
Oh, he's crazy. Well, actually, you know what? The more I think about it, he might be right, actually. Because the NBA, they've turned the NBA into a sissy game.
The foul, a flagrant one, was called on Lakers forward Carlos Boozer after his hard shove sent Pacers center Roy Hibbert to the court with 5:54 left in the fourth quarter of an LA Lakers 88-87 win over the Indiana Pacers at Staples Center.
They turned the NBA into a soft game. It used to be a hard game. Now it's a soft game.
Soft game, and of course now they're strict with the rules about the flagrants.
Yeah, they don't let them body up no more like they used to.
Back in the 1980s, Byron Scott used to say, I grew up playing in the NBA, of course. I was with the LA Lakers on some of those NBA championship teams of the 1980s, and he goes, and I still remember how physical matchups would be back in the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, it was that back then. It was physical basketball. I liked it better back then.
It was physical, it was tough, and it was what the NBA was all about. But now the NBA, I can agree with him that the NCAA is starting to kind of take over as far as it being physical and being tough again.
Well, he might have a point where the college ball is more tougher than the NBA, because they with all those rules that they added to the NBA, they kind of made the game soft. I don't like that. I like the way it was in the olden days.
True.
You know?
In the olden days, it was different, and it was a different time.
Yeah.
For the daughter of the LA Lakers, my thoughts and prayers also go out to Mitch Kupchak. Mitch Kupchak's 15-year-old daughter, Elena, died Monday morning after a lengthy illness, the team announced.
Sorry about that. Our condolences go out to him and his family as well.
So the Lakers having that to deal with, and of course the disastrous 11-23 season that they are going through right now.
Yeah, but they won last night, didn't they?
Yeah, they beat Indiana.
Yeah.
But I still say LA's done anyway. They won't catch up. They've lost too many games.
Yeah, LA's done, Knicks are done, Boston's done. It's a done season for us. I don't
Pretty much.
Yeah. I'm just watching it to make sure Cleveland don't make it. That's all.
19-15, the Cavaliers are.
Yeah. Hey, you know something, guys? I'm not feeling too well. We're going to get out of here right now. I'm not feeling too well. I'm going to have to go lay down. It's not me sleeping. It's my stomach. It's starting to attack me for some reason, and I don't know why. Sorry about this. Remember, tomorrow, right at the top of the show, 6 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, join us, SportsWorldRadio.com. Defensive tackle, ex-NFL football player Albert Hainsworth will be joining us. Until then, my friends, for Sean Mann, I'm Jeff Escow. This has been Sports World Radio. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, kid. So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.
Next time? When's that?
Pretty soon. Don't worry.